Hey everyone, today in this video I sort of want to talk about Mario Odyssey and sort of my thoughts on the game and if we're going to get some DLC or maybe even a sequel coming next year. Now, I've wanted to do this video for a very long time and I think what I have to say is kind of interesting. I don't think it's what most people are expecting, so make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, make sure you watch to the end because I feel like some good points are going to get brought up in this video. But yeah, Super Mario Odyssey obviously came out in 2017, it was a great game, it is almost, well, it's over 3 years old now. And Mario Odyssey was amazing. I do love that game. I've beat it in a couple of hours now. Halfway decent at it, I think, and I really do love Super Mario Odyssey. And there's been a question on my mind pretty much since going into early 2018. That being, why was no DLC announced? Why was no extra content announced for this game? Of course, if you don't know, Breath of the Wild that saw extra content in the form of the expansion pass, which added different DLC packs that added to Breath of the Wild. And that was great. It sold really well, and the content really added to Breath of the Wild. Added a master mode and the bike and everything. Added a lot of content, and it was sort of an expansion really to Zelda, and it kind of added to Breath of the Wild what it originally sort of was, and it added more to it. And I feel like people were really happy paying that $17.99 for a expansion pass, and it sold really well. So to me, it doesn't really make that much sense why Nintendo didn't do that for Super Mario Odyssey. They did carry on doing these expansion passes. Of course, Super Smash Bros. That got its fighter pass. It got a second fighter pass as well. Lots of content came to Super Smash Bros. These DLC expansion passes do sell well. Of course, Pokemon got it as well with its expansion pass with the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra for Sword and Shield. So really, a lot of Nintendo's big games are getting DLC expansions. Even Splatoon 2 got its expansion with the Octo expansion DLC as well. So lots of Nintendo games are getting expansion. Pokken Tournament, that didn't really even sell that well, got a Battle Pass like expansion thing. Like lots of Nintendo games are getting expansions. Mario Maker got loads of DLC updates. I know it wasn't paid, but got loads of DLC updates. Like Mario Odyssey actually got nothing when you think about it. Like in hindsight, they did absolutely nothing with Mario Odyssey. They gave it Luigi's Balloon World, which was it was fine, and they added some extra costumes to the game, but really they didn't do much with Mario Odyssey. I feel like there was big opportunity there for Nintendo to really add some DLC and really sort of take advantage and make some content for Mario Odyssey. Extra kingdoms. That's the whole idea of kingdoms seemed so perfect for DLC. 3 kingdoms in a DLC pack or something like that felt perfect. The Isle Delfino would have sold really well. That idea of Mario Sunshine HD, people have been asking for years. That sort of Isle Delfino would have sold really well as DLC. People were saying it was even teased on artwork and posters at the time, but just never really came to be a thing. And because nothing really came of Mario Odyssey DLC, or Mario Odyssey paid DLC at least, many people were thinking that was because Nintendo had planned to have Mario Odyssey 2 be a thing similar to Mario Galaxy 2, back in the Wii days. So yeah, Mario Galaxy also come out, and then a couple of years later we would see Mario Odyssey 2. Of course, if this was going to happen, it was probably going to be a 2 or 3 year gap, and of course nothing got announced in 2020. Now 2020 has not been a normal year for Nintendo. It's not been an ordinary year for anybody. So maybe an announcement of Mario Odyssey 2 was actually planned for this year, but it got delayed back into next year. Of course, we haven't really had that big of a holiday game this year. Of course, Hyrule Warriors seems to be the big holiday game, but something like a Mario Odyssey 2 would have been massive. And I don't know, it just seems kind of weird. Like, Zelda, that got a DLC expansion, and it's getting another sequel on Switch. Why is Mario Odyssey not getting the same treatment? It just seemed very weird how sort of Nintendo has not forgotten about Mario Odyssey, but is not treating Mario Odyssey the same as its other games. Of course, we did have that Mario Direct in September, which announced a load of stuff about Mario and all that. You would have thought if something to do with Mario Odyssey 2 was going to be announced, it would have been announced there. It just seems kind of weird, and I want to make this video because I can't be the only one that thinks this is weird. Like, there's no DLC at all, there's no announcement of a sequel, and people still talk about Breath of the Wild, and people still talk about Smash Bros, people still talk about Splatoon 2, but in my opinion, I think people kind of forget about Mario Odyssey because people play through it. It's a single player game for the most part. I know Luigi's Mansion is Luigi's Balloon World is an optional online mode, but people do kind of forget about Mario Odyssey, and it is a great game. I agree, it is great, it's fantastic, but because there's no DLC and there's no announcement of a sequel, it does seem that people kind of don't talk about it as much, which, it's not really that relevant because there's nothing new coming out, but it just feels kind of weird to me. Like, it feels like Nintendo aren't focusing on Mario for a change. You know, they are sort of, you know, doing things with Mario, but a lot of the stuff we got in that Mario announcement were ports. You know, we got Mario 3D World ports coming to Switch, and we've also got the 3D All Stars collection, which is another load of ports. So, you know, in terms of new 3D Marios, we don't really have that much for the Switch so far. We have Odyssey, and it feels like we could have maybe had more, you know, at this point. The thing is, it does seem kind of weird how they're sort of like ramping up all the Mario stuff on the Switch. Like, pretty much every mainline Mario game is on the Switch now at this point, you know, with all the NES and SNES Online apps. It does seem like a load of Mario stuff is on the Switch, which kind of makes me question it. Like, I feel like they're probably like, they've put like loads of Mario stuff on the Switch. They've put all of the Mario games that we have on Switch already. You know, they're kind of diluting the market if they go and put a brand new Mario game on there. So maybe they're trying to hold off fans because maybe they don't have an Odyssey 2, or maybe they're working on Odyssey 2, and yet they're just putting out these other games to kind of get everything on the Switch. It does seem kind of weird. Just, I don't know, just something about us not really hearing much about a Mario Odyssey 2 sequel just seems kind of weird, you know? I don't know. Now, this could probably never happen, but how amazing would it be if we got an announcement of Mario Odyssey 2 in the near future, but it also releases the exact same day as Breath of the Wild 2? That would be insane. Like, they could do a double pack featuring Mario Odyssey 2 and also Breath of the Wild 2. I don't know, that idea of both games coming out on the same day just seems amazing to me. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Mario Odyssey 2. Do you think it's going to happen at some point? Do you think this is all we're going to get on Nintendo Switch? Do you think we're going to get some DLC? Do you think we'll get an expansion pass? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And cheers for watching, everyone.